Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes chief reveals how Hamilton can catch Michael Schumacher record. Lewis Hamilton secured his 5th world title with 2 races to spare last month. He drew level with Manuel Fangio on 5 and is now just 2 behind Schumacher's record of 7. Hamilton is contracted to Mercedes for another 2 seasons, so could go level with Schumacher under Wolff, but the team president has reminded him how difficult it will be to win the 6th. You have to have a blueprint for what you want to achieve and then push hard, and obviously records are an interesting object, Wolff said. He's won 5 driver titles now and he's second now with Manuel Fangio, which is unbelievable. He will be setting his sights for his next title, but before 7, there is 6, and I can assure you this will be very difficult and complicated next year. Hamilton also guided Mercedes to another Constructors' Championship, and Wolff hailed the Brits' impact on the team. "We wouldn't have won 5 championships without Lewis," he said. "He is an exceptional driver and an unbelievable human." He's been an integral part of the team. But Wolff has warned the whole team, Hamilton included, that they can't afford to get complacent when defending the title again next year. "The risk is you become complacent with winning, but I think this team has overcome this obstacle," he said. "But the job is going to get more difficult every year. We are setting the benchmark and our competition will get more energized and more motivated by us. You have to acknowledge the strength of the other teams, and acknowledge that you could lose next year's championship and respect what they might achieve. All points start at 0 next year, we'll have forgotten about the 5 and we'll fight hard to be in contention for the 6th. Whether we achieve it or not, we will see next year." Related articles: Lewis Hamilton shock, F1 fans hijack Sky Sports poll, you won't believe who's winning. Hamilton is set to go down in motor racing folklore as one of its best ever competitors thanks to his 5-title haul in F1. The Mercedes man has won 4 of the past 5 on offer and is now just 2 adrift of former Ferrari superstar Michael Schumacher. Racecraft has been on show plenty of times this season as he has blown off competition from 4-time champion Sebastian Vettel. However, mischievous F1 fans have put another name in the frame to be the sport's best driver of the 2018 campaign. Have invited fans to vote on who they believe is the driver of the year. And the shock name at the top of the standings is Williams' Sergey Sirotkin. The Russian has endured a season forget, taking only a solitary point from 20 races. And he is almost certain to finish bottom of the drivers' table with just the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to go. Sirotkin's poor performances have not stopped more than 64,000 people voting for him though. And he is currently on course to be the winner of Best Driver poll. Champion Hamilton is second, having collected more than 40,000 votes to date. While Red Bull's Max Verstappen is in third, with more than 27,000 backers so far. Charles Leclerc and Kimi Räikkönen round off the top 5 in Sky Sports poll. While the rest of the top 10 is made up of Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo, Vettel, Kevin Magnussen and Esteban Ocon respectively. Sirotkin's Williams teammate Lance Stroll is bottom at present, having accrued less than 3,000 votes. While Sergio Perez and Romain Grosjean are just above him, in 19th and 18th respectively. Sky Sports poll will run until Sundays at the Yas Marina circuit. And, while he might not have much to look back on fondly once the season ends, Sirotkin will surely have a giggle over this. Sirotkin might not be back on the grid alongside Hamilton, and CO Robert Kubica might take his seat at Williams, with George Russell chosen to replace the departing Stroll. Related articles: F1 News, Michael Schumacher and Mick Schumacher revelation made by Niclas Nielsen. That is according to Danish driver Niclas Nielsen, who remains friends with Schumacher Jr. to this day. Is considered one of the greatest F1 drivers ever, having collected a record 7 titles. The German son Mick is shaping up to follow in his footsteps, having secured F3 glory this year. Before suffering life-changing injuries in a 2013 skiing accident, Schumacher Sr. supported Mick as he embarked on a career on racing. And Nielsen has now revealed what the duo were like behind the scenes, with his comments contrasting to previous portrayals of Schumacher Sr. Michael was with Mick around the tracks many times, so they were very close to each other until the last race before the accident, Nielsen told Danish newspaper. They had a very professional approach to everything. Michael and Mick came in, walked around and said good morning to everyone and shook everyone's hand both in the morning and evening. I do not think that such one as has done that. They are just some nice people. The same goes for a guy like Sebastian Vettel. Schumacher Jr.'s 7 titles came during his spells with Benetton and Ferrari. Former Benetton chief Flavio Briatore has claimed the 49-year-old might never have got his big break though. No one was convinced of Michael, Briatore said. He's not good, he's too young, he's to this and that. But I was so sure. Everyone said, yes, then sign him. I sent him the contract and we signed at 3 or 4 in the morning. Schumacher Jr. has been touted as an option for Red Bull going forward, while Ferrari and Mercedes are keeping tabs on his development. Related articles: F1 News, Max Verstappen slammed in brutal Mick Schumacher comparison by Niclas Nielsen. Verstappen is widely regarded as one of the most promising drivers in the world of motorsport and Red Bull have high hopes for him. The Dutchman has caused controversy on a number of occasions though due to his win-at-all-costs attitude and confident personality. Was also the subject of plenty of headlines after the recent Brazilian Grand Prix because he clashed with Esteban Ocon. The 21-year-old was filmed pushing Ocon in the Interlagos paddock after a crash with the Force India man had ruined his hopes of victory. Verstappen could one day find himself racing against Schumacher, the son of legend Michael Schumacher. Schumacher's friend and fellow driver Nielsen has now lifted the lid on what the German hopeful is really like. And he opted to take aim at Verstappen while doing so, suggesting he has a problem with the Red Bull ace. I know Schumacher very well, also privately, Nielsen told Danish newspaper. He is a very quiet and calm guy. Very nice and welcoming, and he talks to everyone. He is nothing like Max Verstappen, who cares about nothing and nobody and just wants to win. Mick has been brought up properly. Verstappen has been roundly criticized for his show of aggression towards Ocon in Brazil. However, his father, Jos, says he was merely reacting to Ocon provoking him. Maybe what Max does is not good, but I fully understand him, Verstappen said. He is deprived of the victory and then Ocon is laughing so stupidly. He played the innocent victim. Of course you will get a story. We must not make it bigger than it is. I see football players push each other this way every weekend. Max is professional enough not to hit someone, I know that 100% sure. I think he really controlled himself and it was good that people were around it. That there is now such a disconnect also says something about the way people experience the sport. Verstappen will be hoping to secure his second win of the year in Sunday's season ending.